the week of training going into Saturday?
It's been good. You know, we've I think I've said it on numerous occasions that I can never fault the lads with their application and their work rate in the week. And obviously we've showed them a lot of video footage of the game from last weekend. There's a lot of positives out of that game. Obviously the biggest disappointment was the result, but there was a lot of positives in their play, and looking forward to build on that this week, which is going to be a very difficult game.
When you look at Abu, what is the one thing in his game that you think can improve the most in the short term?
Staying healthy will be the biggest one. You need to get him on the training field every day, and the last couple of weeks he's getting better. But if we can keep him fit and he can get himself nice and sharp like he is doing, he's making it very difficult for me to leave him out of the team at this moment in time. So we'll see.
I saw that Vadim Demidov was in an orange penny today, like the trialists usually are. Is there an update on his status right now?
No, in terms of if he's available for selection, we'll decide who travels in the next sort of hour or so. But I can't see there being much different than last week.
Last week after the game, you said that lack of belief was a huge issue for why United couldn't go on and win. How do you feel you go about changing that? Do you feel like you made progress this week for that?
We can only speak about it because the belief has to come from within, and normally it's results that give you that. And I think, I said after the game at the weekend, if we'd 3 or 4 weeks down the road, I think we'd have been mentally better prepared to maybe take the game on. It's something we've spoke about, but that's not easy when you've lost games on the road. But you know, most important thing is we need to build on what we did last week, because there was a lot of encouraging stuff. And you know, as I said, they're very dangerous on the counter-attack, but we do feel as though we match up quite well with them in other areas of the field.
It seems like defense has shored up quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, and it seems like there's a lot more confidence in the back line.
Yeah, I think we're protecting the back four a lot better. I think the 4 and 5 in front of them are doing their job a little bit better than they were. But also, I think individually and collectively we have been better. And as I say, we're going to have to defend well tomorrow, because probably the most important or the best part of their team is their 3 front guys. You know, Torres and Kyoto and Alice. A lot of pace there, a lot of dynamic players. So on the counter-attack, we're going to have to be very, very concentrated.
You've had Diallo on a trial for a few weeks here. Are you guys close to making a decision on him?
Yeah, we'll probably make it by the end of next week. We've got another week with him. Yeah.
It seems like there's been a lot more overlapping runs, a lot more free-flowing play, where it's like playing through the middle and then coming through towards the offensive third. Have you been stressing a lot more of that passing, that overlapping runs?
No, I think the most important thing for us is believing what we're trying to do, and I think we've got away from it a little bit of what the system that we're trying to use, and I think the players are starting to understand that more. I think the fullbacks are starting to go forward at the appropriate time. I think in the beginning we were going forward just for the sake of doing it when it wasn't necessary. But no, I think that, Jerry and Birchie are very good in the opposing half of the field, and we want to get him in there. You know, they've both got really good quality. They both deliver the box really well, so we need to get him up there and get him in and around the final third.
Is Vadim healthy, and how has he kind of handled the finish?
No, it's been a difficult situation for him. Obviously, he's a pro guy, and he came here with all the best intentions, and at this moment in time it's not working for him, and he has to work through that, because at some stage his chance is going to come again, because that's the way football is. But he's a really good professional, he's training really well, so we need to build from that.
How have you found the fans reacting to, I know there's been a couple of losses, but it seems like it's more encouraging play, and it seems like the fans are coming around?
Well, I think we're all getting better. I think that's the most important thing. If you watch us carefully, I think there's been a real improvement in a lot of aspects of our game, and we have to, obviously, it's a difficult game, but you look at the games coming up after that, 2 or 3 home games. If we can get a result this weekend, it sets us up nicely for 3 or 4 games at home, which is going to be important for us.
Kadri's one of the few guys who's played in every game so far this season. What have you seen from him, and do you see him as kind of a key part of the attack for the rest of the year?
Well, I think the most important thing for us is to Bash maintains his level of fitness, and more importantly, I think trains day in and day out the way he can. When we felt that when he first got here, his training habits weren't as good because he's had long periods of time out. If he can stay fit and stay healthy, it's going to be important for us.
In that same vein, earlier in the week you said it was being hard to leave out Abu and Schiller. How do you feel about Miguel Ibarra right now?
Same. He's got to keep working and wait for his opportunity to come, because obviously, as I said before, we've got an abundance of strikers, You know, it's probably 6 into 3, and so it's difficult. But his chance will come again, and it's up to Miggy to take it. Because I feel as though, you know, we are now starting to get more out of their attackers, and I think the fact that Abu is pushing everybody, I think that will make it even better.
How pleased have you just been in general with the attack? And do you feel like last week was a blimp and not scoring because of that goalkeeper?
Well, we're not going to score every game, but if you look at the goals we've scored since the season started, I think we're in the top 5 or 6 teams in the league. So going forward has not been an issue, and I'm very confident that if we can get the ball in the box, we have the people to score goals. It's been the other end that has been the issue. And as I say, I think we're getting better. It's a big game for us, and I think if we show the belief in our play that we've showed this week and last week, I think that we can go and get a result.
It seems like at times this season, Ibsen's been a catalyst for not only keeping possession but creating chances. How do you feel about using him going forward? What role do you see for him?
He's going to be important for us. I think one of the things that Ibsen gives us more than anybody in the club is there's probably nobody more confident in his own ability than him. And when things aren't going particularly well for the team and people, you know, are a little bit unconfident, that's the one thing he can. He can spark the team, he can get them playing because he has supreme confidence in his own ability. We're going to need that during this year.
I wasn't here last week when some of the guys had come back off of international play, but did you see a spark coming from some of those guys that came back from their national team?
No, I think I've said it a lot of times, you know, that our preparation Monday to Friday has been excellent for every game. And the one thing that will take us higher and get us more confident is results. You know, we've got to start picking up a few results. I was really disappointed that we didn't take anything from the game last week because of the way we played. What we have to do next weekend is go and get a result. And I think that will set us up nicely then for a couple of home games.
And Dallas is such a reputation for being a high-scoring team that you guys held to 2 goals, in which one of them questionable.
Yeah. Glad you said it, not me. I think the most important thing for us is to build on last week's performance, and we got a lot of confidence from it. We've showed the lads a lot of positive clips during the week. I want us to build on that and go and take it to the next stage, because if we didn't give the silly second goal away at the weekend, I honestly believe we could have gone on and won the game. And we have to take that belief into tomorrow.
Couple more for Coach. How do you assess kind of looking at the overall 18? Is it a more difficult decision for you now than it was at the beginning of the year, or how do you kind of?
I think so, and I think 1 or 2 have played themselves into the team and keeping themselves in there. But we're still looking. If we can add 1 or 2 pieces and maybe change 1 or 2 things, then we'd do it.
You started your coaching career in the U.S. in Austin, so now with these 2 games back-to-back in Texas, has it been something of a homecoming for you?
Well, a few people have turned up, and no, I've got very fond memories of my time in Texas. But it's going to Dallas is never easy, and going to Houston is never easy. So hopefully we can go and get a result tomorrow, because it's important for us.
Speaking of Texas, how have you acclimated to like the opposite end of the world? I mean, it's Minnesota. It's not.
I think you lot make it out to be worse than it is. It's been very mild, I think. The day I got here, it was minus 21. I thought, if this is where it's going to be tough, but it's not been too bad. All right.
Thank you.